Angelina Joseph Gomes. That's right. And Navanita Pramanik ji is from Gandhinagar. That's great. और देखिए ना पूरा इंडिया तो यहीं पे आ गया. So what we will do now? अभी गर्मियों की छुट्टी में इंडिया भ्रमण करने के लिए आपको नहीं जाना. You don't have to go for India tour. You can see it from here itself. Just mark P in your chat box. Just only for the sake that I will be sending the certificate to these people who are marking their presence. Because अच्छा एक बात मैं आपको बोलूँ, one thing I would like to say, everything, if everybody is there, just put on your video so that I can see that you are there. After 1 minute, I will start. You see that, you see that most of the times you are joining me for the first time, and I am sending you the mail for the first time. So probably it hits your spam box. तो वो स्पैम फोल्डर में चले जाता है. So don't worry about and rather get worried about it. Just look in your spam folder also whether it is there or not. Most of the cases, 95% cases were there in the spam. दो चार की मेल जो है it was wrong from my side. I apologize for that, but it is there. It has to be there. So just out of yeah, that's great. Just mark P. Good evening, Neelam ji. देवरिताम्बरा जी, आई डोंट नो वेदर शी इज देयर और नॉट. क्योंकि यहाँ पे तो ज्वाइन करके आपकी भी तो जब कोविड में क्लासेस चल रही थी, मोस्ट ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स यूज टू ज्वाइन एंड देन लीव. वहाँ पे हम करके उसको छोड़ देते थे एंड देन एंगेज इन सम अदर वर्क. चलिए, इट इज 32 हो गया, तो आई विल स्टार्ट. कैन वेट फॉर एवरीबॉडी. मैं बीच बीच में अनाउंस करता रहूंगा. So we shall start now this particular what you call this thing, webinar, that is stress. देखिए मैं बताऊं आपको कि जनरली इट वाज a sort of misunderstanding that during COVID the teachers were under pressure. लेकिन कोविड के बाद पोस्ट कोविड टाइम में they are much under this thing what you call stress. And why it is? It is because of the fact that now the management and everybody understands that now they are expert, the teachers are expert in both the things, offline as well as online. So that is why they are taking more advantage of this particular thing, and that is why they are giving trouble to the teachers. आप छुट्टी में भी है, just like for example in the northern area of India, where summer vacations have been not summer vacations, we can say due to heat wave, the vacations have been announced till 1st of June. But now during this period also they have been asked to take the webinars. And this is problematic. जा तो न जाना तो नहीं कहीं, घूमने फिरने के लिए तो कहीं नहीं जाना. They can't go, they can't leave. But the thing is, they are occupied. Nearly 3, 4 webinars. So what is the fun of having? Now identify this vegetable, what exactly it is. This is cucumber, and it has two effects. Number one is it is cooling. That is why ladies parlor में आप जाएंगे तो most of the ladies will be keeping this slice of cucumber on their eyes because it gives cooling effect. And number two is when we eat it, you see, cucumber should also be eaten in one way only, at least 15 minutes before any meals, because this has got cooling effect. And whatever we eat for digestion, the heat is produced in the stomach. So with meals, it should not be taken. Now, objective of this stress management, what is stress, to explain the causes, then teachers, then self-stress assessment भी देंगे आपको, and then relaxing environment, and then remedies also we will discuss. Let us say, what is stress? When people feel little stress and when do they feel greater stress? Just write in the chat box and I will see who has written what. Just giving you 1 minute. Just giving you 1 minute. अब chat कहाँ से? Hmm. There are 7 responses. Good evening, good evening. Everybody is good evening. Then you just write what might be the reason for stress in the life of a teacher. Probably this is not the time to ask such a question because the thing is that most of the people are have come over here for the certificate purpose. So anyway, a condition of feeling experienced when a person perceives that when the demand exceeds the resources, the personal resources as well as the social resources. Like say for example, I tell you one thing, personal resources may, say for example, your water tank starts leaking. What will you do? You'll put up some Fevicol or some Feviquick or something, I don't know what are the remedies, but there are. So that is, अगर वो नहीं रुक सकता है, if it doesn't stop, then certainly you feel stress. Greater stress is when you think, I'm not saying you cannot, you think that you cannot handle the demand which has been put upon you in absence of resources. अब देखिए टीचर की लाइफ में, although I have written over there, I have asked you people also over there to write it in the chat box. What exactly do you think is the cause of this thing, stress in the life of a teacher? I can't see anything, just only one. Expectation from results. Yes, that is good. Revati ji has written expectation from the teachers. अभी मैं आपको बताता हूँ because this is basically prepared for what you call a workshop. So we cannot waste too much of time over here. Lesson planning is number one, which will be our next webinar on 31st. Accountability of student performance. PTM में आते हैं, sometimes the people say कि my son is not going beyond 95%. What is the reason? Classroom management and discipline. This we have done. Then supervisory roles. Extracurricular activity conducting, monitoring, supervising, evaluating, number of things related with extracurricular activities. Then taking work home, which you should not do. You sit in the school for half an hour. In the free time, instead of gossips, you start checking your work, this classwork, homework, whatsoever you have to do. Then there are difficult students, behavior management. This we will be doing in the month of June, the first week of June. Behavior management. Then administrative support नहीं होती है. You go with a complaint, or suggestion to the principal or management or trustee? They don't say, okay, we will see. Then pressure from the parents is maximum. And then teachers evaluation. इतना सब कुछ करने के बाद your evaluation also has to be done, that is of classroom teaching, depending upon the lesson plan how you have done it. Ongoing learning, then social isolation. Whenever you go to some gathering or something, what do? I am a teacher, and people don't accept a teacher still now. Not now, but in the previous times, they were given a very huge respect. But now it is, oh, and they don't understand that the IITians are now turning to education. आप देखिए कोचिंग सेंटर्स में IITians, they have left their jobs of lakhs to earn more than that. Then job uncertainty in the school. This is a major factor. In the private schools, no job security is there. The people just think over there कि ये तो है, अगर ये नहीं है तो और मिल जाएंगी, और मिल जाते भी हैं. Next is integration of intelligence and technology. I'm not talking about artificial intelligence. I'm talking about the normal intelligence which a student which expects from the teacher. That means most of the time the answers to their queries. And next is change in curriculum. Very often, 2020 NEP has given a number of things for us to understand. It is 4 years now, but no training from CBSE, no guidelines. Guidelines are 365-page booklet. Now you tell me which teacher has got this much time to go through 365 pages of NEP and then realize, make the notes from there, and then start. Nobody has got. This is also an activity, but we will not waste time over there. But if you have got any experience of a stressful life in your class, at your workplace, you feel and work under a stress and pressure, just do write to me in the WhatsApp. I will share it in the group. Now, types of stresses, there are 5. Physical environments, just like these days in the North India, it is too much of heat. So this is also a cause of stress. Too much cold, it is also a cause of stress. When you are surrounded with the negative people, those who just keep spreading negativity in their own life as well as others' lives also. So that is physical environment. When the people start gossiping, generally the common room of any organization, including the schools. Then social interaction, and not social interaction, physical social interaction, but online social interaction, social media. Then organizational, आपके ऊपर work pressure है. Most of the times your boss will keep on chasing you for do this, do this, do this way, do this way, do that way, and lot of pressure is developed. Then major life event. For example, there are annual examinations in the month of February, they start and continue through March. And during that time, your brother or your sister is going, real sister, I am talking you, real brother, I am dating you, you have got a major function in your house, but you are tied up in the school. They won't allow you any leave. हालांकि ऐसा होता है, सेंट्रल बोर्ड का इवेल्युएशन होता है, even then also they don't allow you leave. And most of the time the daily essence, छोटी मोटी बातें होती हैं जिसमें हम लोगों को टेंशन हो जाती है. Now, जब whenever you feel stress, what happens? You start worrying, you get tensed, आपको थकान महसूस होगी, you will feel tired, you will feel frightened, you will feel elated, over anxious, and what do you call uh, hyperactive. You start moving here and there rapidly. You start biting your nails. You start moving your legs. that is elation. Then depression. Sometimes, whenever there is more stress in your life, you keep quiet and start pondering on over the same thing. Although all the motivational, all the motivational speakers, life coaches, gurus, they all say future is gone, forget it. Oh, sorry, past is gone, forget it. Future is unknown, forget it. Present is now, and that is, it is a gift. So enjoy the present. Don't worry. You must think positively about the future. What should I do tomorrow morning? What I have missed today, which I must take up tomorrow morning. So anxious, and then sometimes when the stress is very much more, and most of the cases, the financial stress. Whenever there is financial stress, you will see the person is angry. Anger management, just now we have done last week. No, this week only, 22nd, anger management will be kiya hai. Now, what exactly the things are? Amygdala is a position. You see, you can see my ear. Just put four fingers behind your ears, and wherever this small finger goes, like this, there is one small, very small gland called amygdala. And what you should do about the stress? Think. Overthinking, only think. Then analyze. What is the trigger? What is the cause? Is it external? Is it internal? Is it physical? It is environmental. It is organizational. Think about it and then analyze. And then finally decide if you can avoid such things. Next is resilience, which means a capacity to recover from the stress. And you can recover only when you go for analyzing the things what caused that stress in my life, what caused that effect. And that is very much important for everybody, very much important for everybody. अब देखिए, somebody has joined, Jaspreet Kaur. Okay, just write P in the chat box to mark your presence, please. Now, behavior in stressful conditions, there are the biologists, psychologists, and number of doctors and ways the people they respond. How do they respond? Two ways. Number one is fight. When there is a little stress, you fight with the circumstances. You fight with the cause. You fight with the trigger of the stress and shoo it away. Number two is flight. If it is due to a particular type of company, negative people, negative talkers, gossipers, so what do? You escape from that particular place. So which means escape from the stress causing factor. But number three is also there. Flight, fight. This is fight, flight, and third F is freeze. I have not written it over here. Abhi aage aa jayega. Power but little control. Unfortunately, this mobilization of the body for survival has negative consequences also. We are excitable, we are anxious, we are jumpy, irritable. It reduces our ability to work with because of lack of focus, lack of concentration. We can't complete the task. Trembling and pounding hard, trembling hands, shaking hands because we are under stress. Then we can't focus because focus on survival interferes, which the maximum stress you will feel that when you are going to school in a very good mood, and then as soon as you deboard the bus, the PN comes to you, the principal is calling you. Your heart start jumping. Why it happens? Because our mind is so much trained in such circumstances that always we think negative first, and then facing the real situation, he says कि madam, I am going out of this station today, I'll be coming late in the night, so you take control of the school affairs. उसी समय भी आपको प्रेशर होगा, टेंशन होगी, स्ट्रेस होगा कि सर आई एम न्यू, आई डोंट नो एनीथिंग अबाउट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. He says you don't do, you just sit over here just for the sake of a dummy principle that I can't take decision. अगर छोटे मोटे होंगे, किसी को छुट्टी देनी है, डू इट. किसी बच्चे का डिसिप्लिनरी एक्शन है, कॉल द पेरेंट्स नेक्स्ट डे. Now, and when such things happen, then we are more accidental prone and less viable to make good decisions. Third way of more resilient way is freeze. Accept that it is a not life threatening situation. अब आपके सामने शेर आ जाए तो you can't run, you can't fight, but you have to keep your mind cool. Freeze. कभी भी आप देखेंगे कि जब भालू आपके पीछे जंगल में पड़ जाए तो गो डाउन द स्लोप, क्योंकि उसकी बाल इतने बड़े होते हैं, वो उसकी आंखों पे आते हैं, ही विल नॉट चेज यू. पेड़ पे मत चढ़ना. सिमिलर इज द केस विद द लायन, टाइगर, वुल्फ. फ्रीज. जहां पे आप है वैसे ही रहे, जस्ट लाइक प्लेइंग अ गेम विद स्टैचू. बिल्कुल कोई मूवमेंट नहीं, नथिंग. लाई डाउन ऑन द ग्राउंड. बहुत धीमे धीमे सांस लेनी होती है. I have seen one of my colleagues when I was in Meghalaya. I worked my first job in Shillong. So whenever there is non-life threatening situation, then you go start for deep breathing and mindful meditation. Take a decision that is good for you. Now understand the long-term stress. किसकी वजह से हो सकता है? Say for example, in most of the companies nowadays, they are announcing after the June, there will be 50%, 20%, 35% job ousters. Now everybody starts thinking whether it is me on the outing list or not, I will be out of the job or not. And everybody, 99% of the people start applications. And this is one of the techniques of organizational heads to get the work done properly and in time. शॉर्ट टर्म स्ट्रेस क्या होता है? जैसे अभी मैंने एक एग्जांपल दिया था आपको, मिसेस नबनिता, प्लीज टेक केयर ऑफ माय चेयर फॉर अ डे, एंड यू गेट टेंस्ड. Then make the best use of all the resources available to you. Whatever the resources are available to you, make the best use of them. Find the stress management technique. मैं अभी आगे इसको डिस्कस करता हूँ. और मैनेजमेंट प्लान जो है, स्ट्रेस मैनेजमेंट प्लान, वो भी मैं आपको मेल में भेजूंगा. ट्राई टू वर्क इट आउट योरसेल्फ. कूल. संडे के दिन, किसी भी दिन जिस दिन आप फ्री हो, आप समझें, जस्ट ट्राई टू राइट इट आउट. ट्रिगर्स क्या होते हैं? व्हेन वी ट्राई टू be perfect, when we try to be smart, when we try to be harder, when we try to stay strong, zabardasti, we know that we don't have that much capacity, but still we keep on trying, and this gives us stress. Next is focus on what is in your control. That is the strategy number one. जो आपके कंट्रोल में है, आप उसको कर सकते हैं. Principal is shouting on you. It is not under your control. Don't start argument then and there only. Keep cool, keep quiet, head down, and listen to him whatsoever he is doing. Immediately come to the staff room, jot down his points, but don't go even then also. After a day, sir, I want to see you. Why? What is now today? Sir, I want to see you. There are some issues you discussed yesterday. I have to say something to you. He will say, what? Give it to me in writing. Okay, fine. But you will receive the copy. Then उसको ऑफिस में जमा करवा दीजिए जो आपका लॉजिकल आंसर है that you were not wrong on a particular point when you were being scolded. Write it out और ऑफिस में जाके उसको रिसीव करवा लो कि now I have registered my logical answers to you. It is now up to you. आपके पास उसकी कॉपी है, so you are on the right track. Be your own best friend. Think about yourself. आपको स्ट्रेस होगा, गुस्सा आएगा, डिप्रेशन होगा, एंजाइटी होगी. Everything, whatsoever happens to you, will certainly affect your health, physical health, mental health, both. So be your best friend and think about whether this stress is going to help me or not. And if it is not going to help me, then certainly I must not take it seriously. Offload it in a safe way. Those who have come new now, please mark P in the chat box. P लिख दीजिए chat box में. अपने चैट बॉक्स में P लिख दीजिएगा. अब आप क्या करेंगे? डेली जर्नल लिखिए कि आज मुझे क्या काम करने थे जो नहीं कर पाए. होल पेज विल बी देयर. क्या करना है और क्या करना था और जो नहीं कर पाए उनको टिक करो. टिक देम नेक्स्ट. कल की प्लानिंग आज रात को सोने से पहले हो जानी चाहिए. टुमारो आई हैव दीज वर्क, दीज टास्क. घर में ये करना है, स्कूल में ये करना है. राइट. एंड नंबर 5, मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट इज लर्न टू से नो. जब हम लोग लीनियंट होते हैं एंड वी डोंट understand what is the meaning of saying no, then people start taking advantage. They do start taking advantage. Next is conclusion. अब तक का क्या रहा? That proactively, if you are working, you are managing, then you are happier and you are more fulfilled, both where, both at work and at home, दोनों जगह. Then don't work without expectation. Don't work with expectation. Don't expect कि I am doing this, in return I will get this. Never, you will never get it. और जब नहीं मिलता है तो स्ट्रेस हो जाता है. So be happy and control with the action कि yes, I have done it. अब रिजल्ट इसका मेरे फेवर में हो या ना हो, that hardly makes a difference. So this is the conclusion up to now. Now tips to reduce stress. नंबर 1 इज प्लानिंग. मैंने कहा कल जो आपने करना है उसकी प्लानिंग आज कर लीजिए. डायरी एक बना लीजिए. ये देखिए, ये मेरी डायरी यहाँ पर रखी है. एवरी टाइम आई राइट इट. आज का मेरा जर्नल क्या है, उसमें कितने काम हो गए उनको टिक कर दिया. जो नहीं हो पाए हैं उनको नेक्स्ट पेज tomorrow. For tomorrow I have noted them down. Then recognize and expect your limits. मेरी कितनी लिमिट है, मैं क्या कर सकता हूं, क्या नहीं कर सकता हूं. I don't know why this camera is shaking. Then talk out your problem with your best friend, family member, अपने पेरेंट्स के साथ, अपने हस्बैंड या वाइफ के साथ. एंड अवॉइड एनी टाइप ऑफ कंपटीशन. कंपटीशन तो आपकी लाइफ में होना ही नहीं चाहिए दूसरे, because everybody is unique in this universe. Nobody is like you. Nobody will never be like you. So don't compare yourself with anybody else. अरे प्रिंसिपल तो उसको फेवर करता है तो let him. This is his problem, not yours. If he is not favoring you, it is his problem. If he can't take advantage of your skills, it is his problem. So learn to play a sport. टेनिस खेलिए, बैडमिंटन खेलिए, अरे जॉगिंग के लिए चले जाइए, मॉर्निंग वॉक के लिए चले जाइए. आईपॉड लगाए, ये क्या क्या कहते हैं इसको, हेडफोन लगाए और वॉकिंग पे चले गए, फास्ट वॉकिंग. देन डिसाइड टू बी पॉजिटिव. मैंने कहा नेगेटिव पीपल, forget about their company. Don't be in their company. Change your environment. Be in the positivity. लव योर सेल्फ देन एनीबडी एल्स. मैंने अभी पहले बोला था आपको, लव योर सेल्फ. कि if anything happens, it will affect me, my physical health, my mental health, my family life, my work life, everything will be affected if I am stressed. So love yourself, and probably it will give you very relaxing thing. एक्सरसाइज तो आप करना शुरू कर दो. लाइक योगा कर लिया, योगा कर लिया सवेरे. मेडिटेशन, mindful meditation. Mindful meditation means you are thinking about a particular point, think about it, और उसके लिए कोई भी रिसोर्सेज आपके पास है, take a breath and think that the positive things, the resources are going in my mind. Stay over there. I am offloading those resources in my mind, and slowly I am taking out the garbage out of my mind, out of my body. That is the exercise. 5 मिनट सवेरे आ कर लीजिए. मैं 4:30 बजे उठता हूँ, रात को 9:30-10 बजे के बीच में सो जाता हूँ. एंड दिस इज द फर्स्ट थिंग इन माई लाइफ. वेन एवर आई गेट अप, जस्ट आधा बोतल पानी पिया, go to the toilet, freshen up, come back, sit on the bed, and go for meditative deep breathing, mindful breathing, and then change your surroundings. 7 rules of life बहुत जरूरी हैं. मेक पीस विद योर पास्ट. जो हो गया सो हो गया. वॉट अदर पीपल थिंक, मैंने अभी बोला, दैट इज नन ऑफ योर बिजनेस. द ओनली पर्सन इन चार्ज ऑफ योर हैप्पीनेस इज यू. अगर आप खुश रहना चाहते हैं, इट इज योर, यू आर इन चार्ज. डोंट कंपेयर योर लाइफ टू एनीबडी. मैंने अभी बोला था, बिकॉज दैट इज योर लाइफ, एंड दैट कंपेरिजन इज द thief of joy. सारा आनंद खत्म हो जाएगा if you start comparing yourself with others. और समय के साथ धीरे धीरे everything heals up. Nothing is permanent in this world, in this universe. Whatsoever is being created to come to an end. हर चीज की एक एक्सपायरी होती है, एक्सपायरी डेट होती है. Think about it. So time heals everything. So give it up. थोड़ा टाइम दो उसको, and don't keep on repeating it in your mind. हो गया तो हो गया. And then smile. You don't own all the problems in the world. Smile. All right. Next. Now reasons. Can you avoid it? If you can avoid, avoid. अभी मैंने strategies आपको बताई हैं, कुछ और भी बोल सकता हूँ. Just think about it. If I give you some small weight, let us say 100 grams, half glass of water, and ask you to hold it like this, straight. 2 minutes, 5 minutes, nothing will happen. After 15 minutes, it will start coming down because it will start feeling pain. And the same thing happens to our mind also. If we carry the problem for a longer time, then certainly it will give us stress. And stress will create problem, that is headache, dizziness. और वो जो भी मैंने अभी आपको उसके रिजल्ट्स बताए, everything will happen. So educators can take control of their lives like this. अभी मैंने पहले भी बोला था, accept yourself, or rather everybody as imperfect. Nobody is perfect. नहीं तो भगवान ही नहीं बन जाते. Believe that you have a value. Imperfect है लेकिन still you have value. Don't compromise with others. Don't compromise with your value. Don't think about if he is perfect, why can't I be? Yes, I can't be. Fine, that is great. No problem. But I will have to accept it. I have limits. He is better. Fine, let him be. Contribution, what you can make to the humanity. आप रेड लाइट पे रुकते हैं, भिखारी को भीख देते हैं, डोंट गिव इट. फूड पैकेट्स छोटे छोटे बना के ले जाइए घर से, जो भी मांगे ले भाई खाना खा ले. So accept your responsibility for yourself first, then your family, then your organization, and then community. सबसे पहले आप अपने बारे में सोचें. मैंने बोला था एक्सरसाइज करिए, वेल बैलेंस्ड मील्स, ये पिज्जा, बर्गर, मोमो, फास्ट फूड्स, फॉरगेट अबाउट इट. अभी आप अगर इंस्टाग्राम पे रील्स देखें, दे विल टेल यू द रियलिटी ऑफ दीज थिंग्स, हाउ दे आर मेड. एनफ रेस्ट. 8 घंटे, 7 घंटे, 8 घंटे की नींद होनी चाहिए आपकी. यू मस्ट स्लीप फॉर 6 to 8 hours अ डे. इन द नाइट ऑफ कोर्स. खाना खाने के बाद भी अगर दोपहर में स्कूल से आते हैं, खाना खाते हैं, टेक एटलीस्ट हाफ एन आवर रेस्ट. दैट इज मस्ट. एंड इफ देयर आर एनी जेंटलमैन in this group out here, please take care not to take tobacco, alcohol, or any other type of drug. अभी मैंने ये सब आपको बता दिया है, मैं आगे चलता हूं. मेक अ लिस्ट ऑफ थिंग्स दैट यू एंजॉय. जो आप जर्नल बनाते हैं उसमें भी लिखिए, मेरे को गाना पसंद है, तो जब भी मेरे को स्ट्रेस होगा तो मैं गाना गा दूंगा. कोई नहीं सुनने वाला होगा तो शीशे के सामने गा लूंगा. आई विल राइट डाउन हाउ आई सी माई सेल्फ way back when I joined my first job in 1988 as a PGT chemistry in Shillong. Over there, my principal at that time, he was Mr. Mukut Narayan Tankha. He asked me, why do you want to join this education line? I said, sir, I want to be seated on your seat. And everybody was very happy. Director General of Assam Rifles, he told me that, okay, Mr. Sharma, can you wait and have lunch with us? तो मेरे को पता चल गया मेरा सिलेक्शन हो गया. With that particular question, think about yourself, where you would like to see yourself after 1 year, 5 years, 10 years from now. लिख लीजिए पेपर पे, हर जगह चिपका दीजिए, शीशे के ऊपर, टॉयलेट के डोर के ऊपर, अपने घर के दरवाजे के ऊपर, किचन के ऊपर, एवरीवेयर. This will give you positivity in your life. Now, फिर अब जो भी चीज आपकी वरीज हैं एक पेपर पे लिख लीजिए, जो भी आपके हैं. And then you write over there 3 words: accept, change, or reject. If you can, if you can reject, reject it. रिवर्स ऑर्डर में हम चलेंगे. अगर if you can reject it, forget about it. That is not my problem. Fine. If you can change it, change it. And if you can't do any of these, then accept it, whatsoever it is. जैसे प्रिंसिपल ने आपको बोला, कर लिया. फॉर ईच वरी डिसाइड फर्स्ट स्टेप. अब आपकी जो रिजेक्ट करने वाली है वो आपने रिजेक्ट कर दी, जो आपने चेंज करनी थी वो चेंज कर दी, और जो आपने एक्सेप्ट करनी है एक्सेप्ट कर लो. एंड देन कैरी आउट दीज स्टेप्स कि इसको मैंने चेंज कैसे करना है. बच्चा आपकी बात नहीं सुनता, कैसे चेंज करें. बच्चा आप खाना नहीं खाता है, कैसे खाना खिलाएं. आपके जोर जबरदस्ती से नहीं खाएगा. जो आप मॉडलिंग करेंगे वही वो आपको रिपीट करेगा. आप कितने ही सरमन दीजिए, कितने ही सरमन दीजिए, nobody will accept, at least not your child. He will not accept. But if you do the same way, सवेरे उठिए, अपना बेड बनाए, बच्चा आपको देखे, he will start doing the same thing. 1 दिन, 2 दिन, 4 दिन, 5 दिन, 10 दिन, one day he will come to your point कि पापा करते हैं या मम्मी करती हैं तो मेरे को भी करना चाहिए. This I am going to take in the month of June. Fruitful parenting. आज अगर आप वैसी पेरेंटिंग कर देंगे तो एडल्ट लाइफ उसकी बहुत खुशी खुशी निकलेगी, बहुत अच्छी निकलेगी. अगर आप आज इग्नोर करते हैं, then forget about anything. Right? Next is, if you wake up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., think that you are lucky. Think. जो आज की मेरी टू डू लिस्ट है उसको रिव्यू करिए, ऊपर वाले का नाम लीजिए, नमस्कार कीजिए, धन्यवाद कीजिए कि यस आई एम स्टिल अलाइव. थैंक यू लॉर्ड, थैंक यू वेरी मच दैट आई एम स्टिल ब्रीदिंग. I'm still alive. Next, जो भी आपके स्ट्रेस लेवल है, डेंजर, नियर डेंजर एंड सेफ. Safe. Next is the best way to de-stress is toga. That is take off, T-O, take off and go around, G-A. वहां से हटिए, पार्क का एक चक्कर लगा लीजिए. Move out of those circumstances. Forget about these things. And now the next most important is whenever and wherever you need help, don't hesitate to call or write. Calling में मेरे को थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम ये होता है कि that I can't pick up the call immediately and I can't devote more than 2 3 4 minutes on that. So better if you have got a stress in your life and you think so that you don't have uh, any solution to your problem, do write to me your problem. I will not share with anybody, but as an example, I will give you the solutions. क्या क्या इसके alternates हो सकते हैं? And then try them. I'll stop sharing now because it is over. कोई चीज समझ में नहीं आएगी, still then also you can write to me in the WhatsApp group. I'm stopping sharing now. If you have got anything, just unmute yourself and tell me. If anything you have got. Nabanita was the first one to join. And then after that, उसके बाद तो बहुत लोग आए. Neelam, Shabanam, Tanushri, everyone. Very informative, useful. Thank you, Revati ma'am. You are always the first one to give me thumbs up in my post, and you are the first one over here also. If you have got anything to to means give me, just do write to me in the WhatsApp group. Fine. If you don't unmute yourself and speak. Give me your problem. अगर आप यहाँ नहीं बोलना चाहते हैं, ऐसी प्रॉब्लम है कि आपको सिखाना है, किसी को बताना है, किसी को you don't want to share your problems in the group or in the public, do write to me. I'll give you. मैंने कितने लोगों की प्रॉब्लम्स, फैमिली प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर दी. My father is always very angry. I told him, you just 1-to-1 मीटिंग एक कर लेंगे. उनकी भी जूम पे मीटिंग करी, हाफ एन आवर का एक काउंसलिंग. उसके बाद 10 दिन के बाद, हफ्ते के बाद, and then third day, 4 counselings, and now he is without any trouble. She is without any trouble. Her father is not that much angry now. Not that much means if he was shouting every time for everything, now at least he is not. All right, if you don't have anything to speak, then certainly सब लोगों ने, I believe so, most of you people, all of you people have written P marked presence in the chat box. If not, I'm giving you 1 minute and then I'll end this meeting. All right. No response, you write to me in WhatsApp group. और एक बात बताऊं, whenever I give you the mail, recording certificate, हो सकता है मैं आज ही भेज दूं, नहीं तो tomorrow morning. Then you just check the spam box always. Anger management में मेरे पास a number of people, sir मुझे I didn't get the certificate. Must check your spam box. Yes. Spam folder. Yes sir, I got it. अरे check yourself. अगर आपको टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करनी है, you must learn. And I am bringing 2 types of webinars. One as a fruitful parenting for adult life. And number 2 is जो teachers के लिए है. Most of them, homework. Number 1, homework management. Number 2, gamification in teaching subjects in the classroom. Then number 3 is examination management. Then number 4 is time management for teachers, and 4 for kids also. But there will be no group joining. Individually, you have to, I'll be giving you some discounts wherever it is possible for me. Now, it is the end of this today's webinar. Yes, I will give you the recording today itself, but in the group. Don't expect it to your individual. There are 20 people in the group. Think about, if I take 20 minutes, 2 minutes for one person to post that, then how many will be there? 40 minutes of my day is gone that I can't afford. Thank you very much. Have a good dinner and good night.